Welcome back into Sports Sunday. Well, it's an end of an era for Sacramento State football as Troy Taylor says goodbye to Sacramento and hello to Stanford, accepting the offer to be the Cards' next head coach. In 3 seasons at the helm here, he finished with a 30-8 record, just 1 loss in the Big Sky, 3 straight conference championships, and 3 straight FCS appearances. So much history made in his tenure here, including the first ever FCS playoff win in school history. On Friday night, the Hornets, their ride to the FCS championship game came to a close after falling short to Incarnate Ward 66-63 in the quarterfinals. That game went down to the wire. A strong offensive performance from both squads. The 129 combined points were the most in NCAA FCS playoff history and the most in Sac State history. The Hornets finished the season 12-1, suffering their first loss of the year. Just a magical run where bonds were built that will never be broken.
This football team loves each other. Everybody. I couldn't tell you one guy that doesn't like another guy. So, I mean, we had great memories in the locker room. They'll continue in whatever locker room or whoever comes in or whoever leaves is going to continue. I mean, football is a magical sport. Bonds are created through any player that comes to the locker room.
Sac State AD Mark Orr saying in part in a press release that he released, "I'm extremely appreciative of Coach Taylor's time at Sacramento State. The program is in a better place because of him, and we will continue to build upon the foundation that he has built. We wish Troy, Tracy, and their family the best of luck at Stanford." With that, let's bring in Joe Davidson from the Sacramento Bee, who broke the news and had the inside scoop on all this. Joe, first off, Sarah, what's the first question we got for him? Well,
just, you just heard from AD Mark Orr. Obviously, he loves Troy Taylor, but he's going to meet with the current Hornets staff this week, and then the national search could begin. Who do you think are the front runners for the job? What are you hearing?
Well, Jake and Sarah, it's good to join you. I think their search should be pretty limited. The people that Athletic Director Mark Orr met with this weekend are the 3 top assistant coaches for the Hornets. Assistant head coach Chris Richardson, Bobby Fresquez, the quarterback coach, and defensive coordinator Andy Thompson. I think that's where you start. And it's imperative to get somebody in there soon because this is college football. Look how fast Troy Taylor went from being the Hornets head coach to just hours later is down on campus at Stanford, because that's, where's the sensitivity and all that? Well, it's college football. There's no room for a lot of that sometimes. You've got recruiting, you've got all of the letter of intent, signing day, and all those things. So those things happen at 100 miles an hour. But Sac State will probably name somebody this week, and I would go with one of those 3 guys, if not keeping all 3 of them in some kind of working order. They all like each other very much.
It makes sense about the internal hire there, Joe. Now, I know this one hurts, but it's a no-brainer for Taylor to take the job at Stanford. A lot of chatter out there, though. This job might be a little too big for him, but we saw what he can do here at Sac State. Can he do the same thing in Palo Alto?
Yeah, I think so, Jake. The one thing about Troy Taylor, and I've seen him for years, I've seen him as a high school coach and a college coach, there's greatness to this guy. The way he leads, the way he prepares an offense, the way his guys are, they're just in sync. He has a great relationship with his assistant coaches. Look at these photos at Stanford. So right away, people are connecting with him. He's a terrific people guy. Some people, too, Jake and Sarah, said, well, there's Troy Taylor. He sold out. He quit on his program. No, he gave the Hornets their best 4 years in program history and sets them up on a national championship path. They're not going to go anywhere. The Hornets could still be really good, dominant if they stay in-house. That's my thinking. I think Troy's going to work wonders at Stanford. I think immediately the offense is going to be a significantly better entity and outfit and just more prolific and more exciting. That certainly turns on fans and gets people fired up. Stanford has back-to-back 3-win seasons, so I think he'll do that. Can he deal with the NIL? Yes, I think they'll figure that out. Can Stanford succeed with the transfer portal having not done much? Oh yeah, I'm sure that was part of the discussions on Stanford needs to be involved in the transfer portal. The transfer portal sounds like a bad word, there's somebody's bailing out, but a lot of those players have already played and have already been vetted and there's college film on them. So Sac State, not Sac State, but Stanford should be should figure out that transfer portal because Troy Taylor's one of those guys who's smart and he'll surround himself with people who can figure it out.
All right, absolutely a loss for Sac State, but we're happy for Troy Taylor because a huge opportunity for him. Another college coaching change in the area with Cody Hawkins, Dan Hawkins' son, leaving Davis as their offensive coordinator and getting the head coaching job at Idaho State. Why is this a good hire for the Bengals, and why is this a great opportunity for Cody?
Well, Cody's only in his mid-30s, and he's a homegrown guy from Idaho, high school star in Boise, when his dad, Dan Hawkins, was the coach at Boise State. And he's done remarkable things with as offensive coordinator with the Aggies. And he was not looking for a head coaching job. This came his way, and the president of the school up at Idaho State called him a few days ago, and then the next day offered him the job. And so he was stunned, and he's got to take that job. It's a great job. It's a great opportunity. It's a very difficult job. One win in each of the past 2 seasons, but it's Big Sky football, and it's entertaining and fun, and he'll inject some of that. And he's got a lot of passion and fire, much like his dad.